Hello there. My name is Logan, but you can call me Copycat99, and we're back with some more set review action. This time we're reviewing the command cards in the Secrets of Power set for Star Wars Unlimited. As always, I am joined by my teammate Hector, and
Hello.
we're going to be reviewing some cards. So let's get into it. First up, we've got Colonel Yularen.
Um, this is kind of like the Imperial version of Set One Leia.
Yep.
Um, I kind of like it. I think it'd be interesting. I think Leia was fun. I don't think it's going to be like a meta-defining leader, and there's going to be some, tier one deck or anything. But I think it'd be fun to make a deck around him.
This ability is really good with tokens. Tokens have a
Mhm.
cost of 0, so if you're making tokens, you can attack any of your units with a token, which I think is a very intended synergy in the spy token set. Um, Aside from that, it's kind of difficult to keep a unit in play and a unit more expensive than it and want to attack with both. Um,
Yeah.
but when it comes up, it probably seems pretty good. And 5 deploy 4/6 Imperial Official is pretty good. So I could definitely see
Hmm.
him seeing some fringe play in Premiere, and he's definitely going to be pretty solid in Limited, I think. Next up is Dryden Voss.
Um, discard a card, discard an expensive card that costs 6 or more, and then play a 5 or less and give it ambush. Um, I can see this ability being useful. It's going to be hard to sustain it and do that like multiple turns because you have to give up an extra card every turn. And then deploy him. He's a 5/7 for 7, so his numbers are fine. He's got overwhelm and does the same ability. But now it's discard any card from your hand and play a unit and give it ambush. Um, I think he's okay. I
He's
know
very
he's kind of popular now.
he's very similar to Han 1, where you trade a card in hand for an advantage. In this
Mm-hmm.
context, it is ambush instead of being able to play one resource above curve. Um, and I think that's a little bit weaker on average than being able to play above curve. But there are some really strong ambush targets, like giving Taliesin's Assassin ambush, giving Rook ambush, giving Gideon Hask ambush, some of these cards that we've ECL'd in the past. Being able to just have a timely on a stick is a pretty interesting leader ability. Um,
Yeah.
and I like the design of this interesting deck building puzzle of like you need cards that cost 6 or more to give your cards that cost 5 or less ambush. So you want to
Yeah.
balance them well where you're actually drawing both at once. Um, and he's got discard synergies like Palp's Return obviously likes you being able to discard your Snoke and reviving it 2 turns early. You can
Yeah.
pitch hero cards to turn on Anakin. So there's a lot of interesting applications of his ability. So I think I'm pretty high on him. I think he's potentially a pretty strong leader. I think he just falls into the problem of being a like another blue green villain slop deck. Like there's so many options for blue green villain soft control that I don't know if he's probably not the best one. So he kind of suffers
Right.
due to the competition of other better leaders that fill his niche. But I don't think there's anything wrong with the leader. I like all the words on the leader. It's just he is a bit too stiff of
There are better
competition right
options.
now, I think.
Yeah.
Now, post rotation, he probably rocks. So
Hmm.
wait for that. Here is Bail Organa.
Uh, Spend one and exhaust it. And if a friendly unit was defeated, return a friendly resource, and then put the top card of your deck down. Um, that could be useful if you know you want to resource a card. Sometimes we have those tough resourcing decisions. You can put it down and be like, I can get this back later once I find something better to resource. But it's going to put you off curve. Um, you need to have cards to deploy him, and you can deploy him over and over again because it's not an epic ability. So it's an interesting leader. Maybe there'll be some cool deck that somebody comes up with. Um, Play a card from your resources, and you can heal 1 damage from your base. So if you play some plot cards, flip them, plot, heal, play tech in there, and heal. I just don't see it being like a super competitive deck.
feel like he's very interesting and fun. It's
Yeah.
probably really hard to figure out the deck building puzzle of putting enough plot cards, putting enough cards that draw cards to be able to deploy Bale often enough that you're getting enough advantage out of this leader. Um, his front side is really powerful if the game goes on. Like, you killed my 7 drop, alright, I'll bail and draw home 1 out of my resources, play home 1, get something else back. Like, it lets you resource those bombs early a bit more freely, which is nice. So I think if the meta is slow and the game is going longer, Bale has a real niche. Like, he feels like he can just grind forever sometimes, being able to deploy and play pot cards and never run out of cards and get those bombs out of your resources. If the meta is fast, though, you discard 2 cards for a 3/3. I don't think that's ideal.
No.
And I feel like you rarely want to flip them on curve either because you can play the least. Like, you can only play like 1 plot card if you flip them on 4, which
Yeah.
isn't that great. So he's really interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if someone finds a build that can compete with the meta decks, but I think it'll take time. I think it'll take careful deck building, and
Hmm.
I don't know if people will figure out the deck building puzzle that is getting Bale to perform at a high level. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Now we've got Mon Mothma.
Well, if you want to build a heroism official deck, here's your leader of choice, I guess. Ignore aspect penalties on non-villainy officials. Um, Deploys on 5 as a 3/7. That's not bad numbers wise, I guess, for a 5 deployed leader. And then your friendly officials get +1 health. Um, there's a lot of official synergy in this set. I think it could be interesting. I just don't think it's going to be like tier 1 necessarily.
I think she's probably one of the best draft leaders in the set. Being
Yeah.
able to just draft the best card in your pack, regardless of aspect, because you can play it anyway, seems very good to me. Um,
Hmm.
Outside of draft, like she's got good stats. Like the Anthem effect is fine. It would have been much better if it was power, because officials usually have more HP than power. But
Yeah.
I think she does this thing of being able to play like you can play her mono green and still play all these good out aspect tech cards, which Small Mothman makes in aspect, which is interesting. I think she's got potential in this droid manufacturer Unity of Purpose deck that Rex traditionally has been spearheading because some of the officials give you more restore, which help with your 24 HP base, and then you can also play regional governor in her and name the answers to your unity. Like if they're gonna bombing run you, you can just play regional governor and say no. Um, so I think she's interesting in that context, but it remains to be seen whether that's good enough in a competitive context.
Yeah.
And then we've got corrupt politician.
Uh, One cost 2/2. I mean, that's not bad. It's a Republic and official villainy card, though. If you control more units, then it's a Sentinel. So another conditional Sentinel. Uh, if I get this card in draft or sealed, I can see playing it if I'm playing a green villainy deck.
Well, it's a starter card, so you're probably not going to see it in draft or steel.
Oh, it is a starter card. That's right.
Guess you could crack the hyperspace, and I don't know how early I'd pick it. Probably not very early, but
Yeah.
um, I think this card's like fine. I feel like it feels like a curve filler card you'd play in draft, but you can't really see it in draft. Um, it is interesting in buff leaders. Like I think Snoke is the primary buff leader we're seeing right now on the villainy side. But like it's a
Hmm.
battlefield marine with upside in Snoke, and that's pretty good. Can't complain there. Um, Outside of Snoke, like you have to be playing this swarmy official deck, and I really don't think there's enough payoff for villainy swarm in a like competitive premier context compared to the heroism side, which seems to do it better. Next up is Imperial Dark Trooper.
A Imperial villainy battlefield marine. 2 cost 3/3. Imperial droid trooper. That's pretty good.
Yep. Battlefield Marine's good, so of course this card's good.
So yeah.
Imperial is worse than Rebel on average, but
Hmm.
Droid is a very good trait to have since Invisible Hand exists. This is a 2 cost
Yeah.
droid that Invisible Hand can play for free. So, like, I pay 6 and I get a 6/6 in space and a 3/3 on the ground. That's a lot of stats.
Yeah.
So, this definitely slots into those Invisible Hand, like Piet and Boba 4 builds. And like even outside of that, just having a well-statted early game unit, Villain's early game has been hurting a decent amount for quite a while, and this is part a good way to remedy part of that. So I think it'll definitely see some play.
Yeah.
Next up is Major Partagaz.
A 0/6 overwhelm unit. Great. Um, but you can give it +2/+2 for the phase when another friendly official unit attacks. If there is some cool villainy official deck, maybe this sees play. Otherwise, it's just not worth the effort.
This is like the primary payoff to this villainy official swarm they want us to build, where each of your officials, like each of your arena officials, essentially attacks for double when you have a Partagaz in play, but you have to attack. You have to spend an extra action. Um,
Yeah.
I feel like this card's overwhelm will literally never happen. Like,
Yeah.
you want to maybe if you they play a sentinel after you attack with a couple officials, like whatever. But I just if you don't have a developed board state, this card is garbage. Like it's not worth anything, and that's a serious problem. I don't think that makes it worth putting in a deck. Um,
Mm-mm.
you just cards that require you to keep a board state typically aren't very good if they aren't like unity of purpose levels. Like I win the game when I play this card, so I'm not very high on him. Then we've got Chancellor Palpatine.
I like Chancellor Palpatine. I mean, he's only a 2/2 for 3. But when played, if you control a leader, create 2 spy tokens and give him Sentinel. Plot him out with Chancellor Palpatine, and you suddenly have 2 Sentinels to go along with him, to go along with your leader and whatnot.
The problem with this card is if you never play it on curve. Like it is
No.
so atrociously bad from your hand. It's a 3 cost 2/2, do nothing. And even playing it from your hand after you have flipped, your leader has to live for it to do anything. So that's a big problem with the card. I think the upside of just playing this and like super defending your leader with these spies and like getting 3 bodies for 3 resources is worth it in most contexts. And this card, honestly, is kind of frightening out of aspect in Heroism Unity Purpose decks. Like, I have paid
Yeah.
5 for this in Rex and Mon Mothma, and it's like, it makes 3 bodies for 5 resources, and some of them have Sentinel. Like, that's good enough when I'm trying to win the game with Unity Purpose the next turn. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so, yeah, I think this card will definitely see play in some competitive decks. All the words are good. Next up is ISB Shuttle.
3 cost 3/2 in space. If a friendly unit was defeated, then when played, you can create a spy token. Um, maybe if you've got a token heavy deck, spy type deck, um, I could see using this. Trade something or get it killed off, and then put this down for 3, and also get yourself an official 0/2 with raid.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, it's okay.
I agree. It's just okay. Maybe it'll see play in some spy token go wide deck. Like again,
Yeah.
I bet that strategy works a lot better with like price and limited. I
Hmm.
don't see it being good enough on the villainy side and constructed. Next up is Masa Meta.
More official synergy. Give an experience token to 2 other officials, so he can't get it. So you have to have 2. Well, to make full use of it, you have to have 2 others out. You can plot it though, and again, like I just feel like most of these plot cards like work well in Chancellor Palpatine,
Yep.
and outside of that, not as well. But with like Palpatine, you know, flip this, give Palpatine a token, give something else a token. It's okay.
Flip Chancellor. Play other Chancellor. Make 2 spies. Blame us meta. Give the spies XP. Now I have 4
Yeah.
units and still have 2 resources up. Um, or 3 resources up. Uh, yeah. Outside of Chancellor Palpatine, I don't know. It can buff your leader, which is nice, but you kind of
Hmm.
have to be playing a second official off a plot to reliably get full value off of this card, and
Yeah.
most leaders can't do that aside from Chancellor. So
Yeah.
it's a lot better in Chancellor Palpatine than other decks.
Yeah.
And
I kind of feel that about all plot cards. It's like they're good in Palpatine and they're okay in anything else.
yeah, and we've got Vice Admiral Rampart.
Um, 4 cost 3/6 Imperial official on attack. You can disclose 2 green and a villainy. So you have to have a decent amount of command cards in there to make it work. But you can do this on attack, so you can do it over and over again. They give an experience token to each of up to 2 other units. This could see play maybe in some cool build that takes advantage of that. I'm not sure what that build is yet, though.
Yeah, this text seems strong, but again, it falls into the problem of it's very taxing on your hand to keep a command card and a command ability card if you're not a mono deck. You have to
Yeah.
actively think about it and actively plan your turns around keeping certain cards in your hand, which is definitely a con. Disclose comes at a cost. I don't think people or I don't think people that haven't interacted with the set physically tested early. The cards obviously aren't out yet. Realize that disclose isn't free. You have to actually think
You
about it,
have
and
to have the cards. Yeah.
you have to make certain plays because of it to get full value of it, which definitely brings the power level of the cards down a hair than they read at first glance. Um,
Hmm.
and this, I don't know if it's worth taxing. You have to have 2 other units use full value, and you have to sculpt your hand to disclose this, and you have to attack with your rampart. That seems like a lot of hoops for 2 XP to me, but sure. It's when it's firing on all cylinders, it's very strong. So I could definitely see it seeing some play in some deck.
If it wasn't other units, I think it'd be
Yeah, he'd be stellar.
quite a bit better. Because then you can give one of them to itself.
Yeah, and then he's a 4/7. Ooh,
Yeah, and then just
that'd be
can potentially get bigger every turn. So
that'd be very scary.
yeah,
Glad they didn't go that way. I'd rather this just be a frightening draft buff my spies card instead of super buff himself in premier card. All right, next is Cruel Commandos.
5 cost 5/5 Sentinel Overwhelm. I mean, it's fine.
You
It's,
get what you pay for.
yeah, I mean, it's just fine. I think in limited, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, it seems like a stellar limited card.
Yeah.
In
Apart from that,
Premier,
it's fine.
yeah. In Premier, I feel like we have better Sentinels. I feel like we
Hmm.
even got some really good Sentinels in the set. This isn't one of the exciting ones.
Yeah.
Now, with all of these villainy Republic units, it's making me want to build Set 3 Chancellor Palpatine, Padme, Twin Suns deck. So you can draw all the villainy Republic cards with Padme and then play them when you're on Darth Sidious side.
Yeah.
Seems fun. Call the deck I Am the Senate. Alright, then we've got Dedra Miro.
6 cost 5/5, but she has ambush, Imperial unofficial on attack. Create a spy token. Um, there are probably better things you can do with 6 resources, but um, attacking and creating a spy token, I think, is pretty good. And in sealed or limited, I think this is going to be pretty good.
Kill their spy, make a spy unlimited, have a full health 5/5. Seems like a really
Yeah.
large swing.
Yeah.
In Premier, I feel like I'd rather just play Eighth Brother and have more elf on my Ambusher. If my Ambusher trades and I get a spy out of it, I'd rather just keep the Ambusher.
Hmm.
So I think that's her problem. And again, I'm not high on this token deck they're trying to push in villainy. I just don't think they pushed hard enough compared to what you can do in heroism with Rex and Unity of Purpose.
Yeah.
Next up is First Light.
Uh, Another ambush, 5/7 for 7, though. It is space unit, though. Attacks and defeats a unit. You can draw a card, which could be useful, and it's a plot. So flip your leader and ambush with a unit could be good. It's just it costs 7, and command villainy. There are better 7 cost cards,
Yeah, I
way
think this
better.
card's primary problem is it doesn't kill larger space units. Like,
No.
it really stops killing things past like 4 resources, and this comes out on 7. So your opponent has to
Hmm.
have some tiny space unit or be playing a space spammy deck like Vader 4 for this to have something to kill and draw a card. When it does come in, kill something, draw a card, save you a card because you plotted it, it probably feels pretty awesome. But I don't think that scenario comes up that often because people aren't playing small space units at the point in the game where this comes out.
No. I mean, I'd probably still rather just play a Vader or a Maul or something
Yeah,
if I'm green villain.
or Flip
Might be
Dragon
better
and
post
Garage on my
rotation.
Dryden.
Yeah.
Next up is Premor Personnel Carrier.
Um, I don't really like this card. 8 cost 6/6 overwhelm. When played, give this unit experience token for each ground unit you control. Um, for each token. Well, sorry, a token for each ground unit you control. If you happen to have a lot of ground units, great. You can make a big unit. Um, otherwise, just no great immediate impact for something that you're paying 8 for.
Your opponent plays Clone Wars and gives you 10 battle droids, and you have 6 spies, and then it's a 22/22. Now, like, I could see this being like an 8/8 overwhelm in space and limited, and that's probably good
Yeah.
enough as a limited finisher. Outside
Hmm.
of limited, just no. Just play reinforcement
No.
walker, play Snoke, play
Yeah.
something better. There's better
Play
mobs.
anything else. Yeah.
Then we've got Director Krennic.
Um, 9 cost 8/10. He's huge, and he's a sentinel. If he's attacked, discard a card from your deck. If it's a unit, you can return it to your hand. That's all good. It's just he costs 9. In limited, if your game goes that long, he's great. Outside of that, I'm probably going to put something else in there if I want to play a 9 cost unit.
They should have just went all the way and made him a 10/10. I think Krennic could beat a Krayt Dragon in a fist fight.
Yeah.
Like none again. It's a card that none of the words are that terrible. Like a large sentinel, and then you probably draw cards when they attack into them. Like that's fine, but it's just again, it's similar to the Bo-Katan problem of like, do I need this at 9? Am I dead, or have I killed my opponent by this point? Like,
Yeah.
does this really improve my position if it's not already good? And the answer is probably no. And this is even worse than
No.
Bo-Katan because if they no glory it, then I got nothing. I paid 9 for my opponent
Yeah.
to tap 5 resources, which feels horrible. Post rotation, maybe. I just don't see the game slowing down this much post rotation, even if removal is worse.
The decks that go that long and want to play a 9 drop are going to pick something better,
Yep.
like an Avenger or something.
Next up is corporate warmongering.
Give a friendly unit +3/+3 for this phase, and each other friendly unit +1/+1 for this phase. Um, sounds good. It's just kind of slow. Probably better in limited than it would be in Premier. Like, yeah, I'm going to give this +3/+3. Cool. I'm going to Fellow Dragon it now. Well, crap.
I
But
guess
like I said, in limited, I can see it being good.
yeah, it seems pretty good and limited. And like, if Vader for yellow is making space for cards, like it's a pretty well rated pump in Vader for yellow. It's probably 4 cost for +5/+5 or +6/+6, which is about what you want. Um, and you're taking a billion actions to attack with your tokens anyway, so I can see it in those kind of swarmy token decks.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, there are just better options for pump effects.
Yeah.
Now we've got I Am the Senate.
Another card I'm not too keen on. 6 to make 5 spy tokens. mean, spy tokens are useful and all, but you've got better things you can do with 6 resources.
So you're saying I can ECL Wrecker or I can make 5 spy tokens. Guess which one I'm gonna pick.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, this card, so it's not unlimited, so you can't even draft it with price. But in Premiere with price, you can play it on your flip turn and make 5 spies, but they did the dumb condition where the tokens have to be ready to give price power. So price doesn't even benefit from it until the next turn. Like, it's so sad.
Uh huh.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
like rant for like 2 minutes probably when we get to aggression. I have to talk about price, but like it's just it's funny. It's really funny to make 5 bodies, and it's very unlikely your opponent can kill all of them. But like, or I could play a 6 drop
Right.
that actually matters. So yeah, I think it's just it's a card that doesn't really do anything. Now, if you play the Chancellor Palpatine unit into this, I mean that's 3 colors, so you have to be in like Twin Suns. Then we're cooking. But um, yeah, it's just not gonna do much in Premiere, I don't think. Now we've got C3PO.
um, I kind of like this card. One cost, 1/3. Probably never going to attack with it, but bounce it and give a unit +2/+2 for this phase. I can see a use for it. Some deck where you kind of want to just keep cycling him. Some sort of maybe swarm style deck or off curve thing. Um, is it going to see a whole lot of play? Probably not,
It
but I
just
think it might be fun.
yeah, I mean he's all right. Like none of the words are that bad. Am I spending deck space on a repeatable timely intervention or not timely intervention? Tactical advantage, maybe. I don't know. Like um, it just dawned on me that this is the heroism equivalent to Salacious Crumb. Instead of
Yeah.
shooting your opponent's stuff, it buffs your own stuff.
Hmm.
Um, which is neat thematically because C3PO is annoying. But yeah, I mean it's an all right, cute little card. I don't know what deck really wants this.
Yeah.
Next up is Mina Bonteri.
Um, 2 costs, 2/4, restore one. Separatist and official, fine. Officials in this set seems like a decent keyword. If we stop right there, I'd say this card's playable. And now you're adding a disclose ability. Yes, it's a double green disclose ability to possibly draw a card. Even better. I mean, you play Yaddle at 2/4, restore one. I'd play this as well.
Yep. 2 cost 2 for a restore one is just already a great baseline for playing a card, and then
Yeah.
it having upside, like this is upside, Yaddle was upside for some weird reason. Yeah,
Yeah.
like all around great card. Green Hero decks will probably definitely consider it if they have space.
Yeah. Yeah. 2/4, restore one. I'll probably put it in just about anything.
Yep. Me too. All right, next is Theed Security.
When played, if an opponent controls an upgrade, give an experience token to a unit. 2/3 for 2. All that is not bad. To make use of the when played ability, your opponent has to have an upgrade. So a bit situational, unless you're going to be the one playing something on their units. Um, I don't see this card being played a whole lot. But if I need extra turn one plays in my limited deck, great. I'll put it in there.
Yeah, seems like good filler for limited. Like if your meta is just all 2 cost 2/2 shielded units, it's a 2 cost 3/5 going second, which is funny.
Yeah.
Um, aside from that, like the traits don't matter. The stats aren't super exciting. Like I don't think
Yeah.
I think there are better ways to play upgrade hate than playing like this condition
Yeah.
2 cost 3/5. Now we've got Ahsoka Tano.
Um, I think she could be pretty good. I mean, it's 2/5, so the numbers are not fantastic for a 3 cost, but completes an attack, disclose, green heroism, and attack with another unit. I can see that ability happening often. Um, I think she's okay.
Yeah, I want to live the dream of building a Leia, some other color deck where I outflank, attack with Ahsoka and Leia, trigger Leia, attack with a rebel, trigger pad or Ahsoka, attack with something else. That unit was Saw Gerrera's Ewing, so then I attack with another red unit. How do I have all these units in play? Don't ask me. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
But it is very funny if you can string attacks together like that. Like I think
You
she's a
you,
fine
you
card.
played
This,
against a you played a space deck against a space deck, and so they
yeah.
ignored your ground.
Mm-hmm. And they didn't kill me because
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, D- Disclose Green Hero. I really like this for Disclose. I feel like Disclose being able to disclose just a single card. It's a lot easier to hold a
Hmm.
single card.
Yes.
So this is more like virtually no cost to be able to have like outflank on a body, which is kind of nice.
Hmm.
But it's not a rebel, and I feel like aggro decks benefit from the action compression the most. So I could totally see it going either way of her making the cut or not quite making the cut because she's not a rebel. But she's definitely an interesting card that could see some play.
Yeah.
Except as beloved orator.
3 cost 2/3. When played, create a spy token. Its numbers by itself aren't that fantastic for spending 3, but you are getting a spy token, so I can see a use for it, especially in some sort of heroism official deck.
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing a go wide Unity purpose deck, this is just another effect that makes two bodies for one. There are different names. Outside of that deck, there's better things to be doing on 3 resources.
Yeah.
Next up is Captain Tifo.
I like him. 4 cost 4/5 Sentinel. When he's attacked, disclose green heroism and heal 1 damage from your base. I think his disclose ability will be easy to come up. He's already a Sentinel, so he's going to get attacked. Um, I think this one's all right.
Yeah, this is finally, when I saw this card, I was like, okay, FFG is finally shifting to a point that we're not making defensive cards atrociously statted for some weird reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we got so many sets where, like, we get a 4 cost 3/5 Sentinel, and that's it. Like, that's Perimeter ATRT, which was a set 4 card.
Yeah.
And I was always disappointed because I like playing slow grindy decks. I'm a control player naturally, so being able to go later in the game and outwit my opponent in these late game scenarios where the removal and the bombs are all going crazy, that's how I enjoy playing Star Wars Unlimited. So having cards like this that are really great early game blockers, like they have their he doesn't have terrible stats for having Sentinel. He actually is about average stats for 4 cost. And you've got this upside again. It's only you only have to disclose a single card if you got a green hero to heal 1 from your base, and he's getting attacked because he has Sentinel. Um, all
And if
around
they
great
can't
card.
kill him in one shot, yeah, they can't kill him in one shot. They attack him twice.
Yeah,
Just
you heal
disclose the
2
card again.
and soak 2
Yeah.
attacks. That's great at slowing the
Yeah.
game down. So yeah, all in all, great card. And we've got Naboo Royal Starship.
This is totally going in Twin Suns decks.
Oh yeah, it's
Uh,
disgusting in Twin Suns.
yeah. I really like this for a Twin Suns deck. It might even see play in a Premier deck, maybe. Each friendly leader gains raid 2 and overwhelm. That's good. You can plot it out. Okay. Um, I like the card. I'm most excited about putting it in Twin Suns deck, but I like the card in general.
I think Anthem effects like Rat or Cody and like Yularen and stuff have struggled before because they're on the ground and most decks just contest them and kill your Anthem. If you haven't played other card games, Anthem typically is a term for a stat buff effect, like a unit that buffs other units. Like Cody, for example, gives your whole board +1/+1 and overwhelm if you have coordinate. So this only buffs your leader, but being in space, it's less likely they'll be able to kill it with units. And like it doesn't cost you a card, so you feel less bad if they like take down it. Like they spent 40 or 4, and you didn't expend a card. So I think it is pretty good if you can fit it in your curve and you really want your leader to hit a bit harder. I can definitely see it seeing some play.
Yeah.
Next up is the Drizelian Commandos.
I think these could be pretty good. I mean, 5 costs 4/5 ambush. They're rebels as well, and they have plot. So I'm going to flip my leader, and I'm going to ambush with this as well. Um, I think this card could be useful.
Seems really gross and limited.
Yeah.
Like flip my Satine, kill your guy, and I can't kill my Satine or damage my Satine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's another in the bucket of am I spending deck space on a 5 cost 4/5 ambush that comes out with my leader? Maybe. Like
Yeah.
it's definitely context dependent, deck dependent. I think a lot of these plot cards are pretty deck dependent of like, do you want this niche in your deck when you deploy your leader? And sometimes the answer is yes, and sometimes the answer is no. This card is also like 5 cost 4/5 ambush feels about right from hand, which is nice. If you don't want to plot it, you might consider putting it in your deck for that reason. But yeah, all in
Yeah.
all, neat little card that might see some play. Next up is Queen Amidala.
I like this card too. I mean, 5 costs 5/3, and you think, oh, it's gonna get killed easily. One blade, create 2 spy tokens. Okay, that's fine. But if damage would be dealt to this unit, you can defeat another friendly unit that shares a trait with it. And guess what? Your spy tokens are officials. So she's going to absorb at least 2 attacks, or they're going to have to deal with your spy tokens first. So I think she could be useful.
Just being a 5 drop that makes 3 bodies is good when we're playing Unity Purpose. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like most of the green hero cards, I'm just thinking in the context of this Unity Purpose droid manufacturing shell that is definitely going to see some play. It got so much gas this set. Um, just being able to kill your opponent on 6 with Unity, it's there's very few cards that interact with that game plan.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely going to catch people by surprise, especially early. But yeah, I mean, being a 5 cost, it makes 3 bodies, and then she's like, if you really don't want her to die, she'll probably never die if you're playing other officials in your deck. So yeah, I
Yeah.
could definitely see her seeing some play. She's got pretty good text on her. And we've got the renowned dignitaries.
6 costs 5/6. Another official. They have overwhelm. Um, heal 2 damage for your base for each friendly official when played. If you've got a bunch of officials out there, some sort of spy token swarm deck, you could be healing a lot when this comes into play. This could be a pretty useful card. There are other things you can do for 6 resources, but this isn't the worst option.
I
I
think
kind
I'll
of
throw
like it.
12 with this card in testing.
Yeah,
12. Like,
that's a lot.
it is really trivial easy to put officials on your board. Whether healing that amount is actually winning or losing you the game is context dependent. I think most of the time, if you've got 12 units in play, it's very hyper specific that healing 12 actually wins you the game. Unless you're like racing a
Yeah,
space aggro deck. But like this card, just it has such a high ceiling that it definitely has a lot of potential to work in some shells. And like, it's another card that just makes sure you never kill Satine Unlimited, bro. Like, I genuinely don't know what we're gonna do when people open Satine Unlimited. I mean, we can play these cards outside of Satine even. Like, this limited format is gonna be glacially slow with all of these restore effects.
yeah.
And then we've got another restore effect. Here's Mon Mothma.
Oh, hey, 7 costs 5/8. Restore 3. Rebel and official, so good trades. When played, you can attack with any number of units one at a time, even if they're exhausted. They just can't attack bases. Everything there sounds cool. Am I playing it over Keller and Beck or something?
Probably not.
Probably not. In limited, though, I'm totally going to play that card if I get it.
Yeah, she seems like a great draft bomb. Um,
Yeah.
being able to like again in the context of the amount of restore in the set, being able to like hit your opponent with all your restore units, play on Mothma, kill their board, restore again, like just disgusting. And then she's got restore 3 on top of it. Um, yeah, all in all, get card that probably just isn't going to see
Really
much.
sticky.
Yeah, and she's sticky. Um, I think she won't see play because Keller and Beck is much more
Mm-hmm.
proactively. Like Mon Mothma is much better reactively if you've got a board and you want to kill your opponent's stuff, and then she maybe lives to heal your base. But I think Keller and his Beck is is better at pushing forward your game plan compared to stopping your opponent's game plan, and I think that's more important the later you get into the game.
Yeah.
Now we've got Figure of Unity.
You have to attach it to a unique unit, and then While this unit is ready, each other friendly unit gains overwhelm, raid 1, and restore 1. That seems like a lot, and that's cool. You're spending 3 for a 2/2. It's just, I think we've talked about it before, where 3 cost upgrades. Um, there are better options, and if you want to put something like that in there, is this the one that you're going to put over other ones? I don't know. Maybe there's some deck you can put this in. It might be okay in limited. I don't know. I'm kind of unsure about this card.
This card seems like it wants to be played in this go wide unity of purpose type shell, but the problem is the best
Mm-hmm.
target for this is your leader, and typically on 5 we are deploying our leader and either plotting Chancellor Palpatine out of aspect or playing Padme and making more bodies to guarantee that unity of purpose actually kills our opponent. And this doesn't help. Like,
Yeah.
this helps if you miss Unity, but it's a lot less impactful than Unity, even if you have a whiteboard. So it's kind of just a problem of being worse than other options as go wide payoffs. So I don't think it'll see much play. And we've got renewed friendship.
Uh, Not too big on this card. I mean, yeah, you can return something from your discard pile and create 2 spy tokens. Cost 4 resources. I just probably would rather play a 4 cost unit than this in most situations. I'm sure there's a situation where I'd want to play this, but
I think it's just too slow for Premier.
yeah.
I mean, there are just better options for this kind of effect that impact the game earlier than just making 2 spies.
Mm-hmm.
Now, limited, this seems gross. Get back your bomb, make 2 spies. They have to answer the spies and the bomb next turn.
Yeah.
Like, I think it seems very strong in limited, but outside of that context, I don't see it seeing much play. Now we've got Dismantle the Conspiracy.
It's an event that makes one of your units into a 7-drop Cad Bane, more or less. Capture any number of enemy non-leader units with 7 or less remaining hit points. That ability is really cool when you're playing a 7/7, but spending your entire turn to capture things. I mean, it could be good. Capturing a bunch of stuff is going to be useful, but then they kill your unit and get everything back, and it's like, well, that was pointless.
Why don't you play this against DJ and then they bounce your unit and get them all back ready? Well, guess I'll just go run away from the table because I'm bored. Yeah, I don't think your opponent is that wide that often. Like, Cat Bane was always pretty good at just like, they played Luke, you play Cat Bane, capture the Luke. But like
Yeah.
this, now I have to have a unit in play to capture the Luke. It's a bit
Mm-hmm.
worse. Like, I don't think see this card capturing more than 1 or 2 units very often, and then it doesn't have the benefit that Cat Bane has of like threatening to hit your opponent too. Like,
Yeah.
you're not developing your own board with it, which is definitely a huge con. So I don't know. I feel like you just play blue and play real removal if you want to slot this card in your deck.
Yeah.
And then we've got Chancellor Valorum.
Um, Double green, 5 cost 3/7. You have to disclose 3 command aspects. So 3 green. But then you can ramp. Outside of, I don't know, a double green Emperor Palpatine, I don't know what deck wants to play this.
You play double green Avar, you play Consular turn 1, use Avar ability to get the Force, and then turn 2 you Consular ability and play Chancellor Valorum on turn 2. And every turn you hit him for 3 and ramp. This deck is not good, but it is a legit use case of Valorum. Like, it's very funny that Valorum turns like dogfight effects, attack with exhausted unit effects into resupply, which is
Uh-huh.
really funny. I don't think a ramping double green deck, aside from Palpatine, which isn't going to commit spots to this dogfight or consular combo cheesy crap,
Yeah.
is going to play this card at a high level. Like, we're just going to play Unity of Purpose and kill you on 6 resources. Why would we play this 5 cost ramp card? Next up is Senator's Aid.
Um, it's too specific. You have to have the initiative to give it +2 attack. Otherwise, it's just a one cost 0/3 that does nothing. So yeah, not too keen on the card. Sure, it's a Republic and an official, maybe some official or Republic synergy. Um, but other than that, there's just better things you can do.
Yeah, there's just better one cost cards we can put in our deck.
Yeah.
Even in limited, probably. Then we've
Yeah.
got Diplomatic Envoy.
It's another one of those where it's probably just better things you can do. Like that's great. You can pay 2 for this, bring it out. It's a 2/2. When played, disclose one, and the next unit you play this phase gains ambush for this phase. So you're going to ambush with another small unit because you're playing off curve.
Yep.
I don't know how impactful that's going to be.
I feel like I'd rather just put Timely Intervention in my deck.
Yeah,
Now, as the
it'd be
Han
cheaper.
4
You can play bigger.
Go ahead.
No, it'd be cheaper and you can play a bigger card.
Yeah. As the Han 2 addict that I am, I'm mad this card isn't a 2/3, so I could Han it in as a 2/1 that gives you the timely ability. That would have been sweet. Um, but no, I'll just keep the timelies in my deck, I guess. It is funny that in Han 2 it's a redundant timely effect. You can Han it in, let it die, and pay 1 to give your next thing ambush.
Uh-huh.
Um, but I don't think that's worth deck space when timely exists.
Unless you want 6.
I don't. I don't think we need that much ambush. Maybe some mad lads will do that, but I won't be doing it. Next up is GNK Power Droid.
Um, I mean, if you wanted another kind of Alliance Dispatcher type effect, but this one, like on legs, attack, and the next unit you play costs 1 less. Cool. I mean, uh, another turn 1 play that kind of threatens I'm going to ramp something next turn. I'm going to play something for cheaper. So I can see a world where this gets played. I'm not sure what that deck is yet, but I can see it.
It's a droid, so again these Piet Invisible
Mm-hmm.
Hand or Bopa Invisible Hand decks will probably put it in their deck because being able to cost reduce into the Invisible Hand is good. Being able to pull this off of the Invisible Hand is good. So they're really good in that context. Outside of that context, I don't know if it's good enough. Maybe it is. Maybe people will play it, but I'm not super high on it outside of the droid Invisible Hand shells.
Yeah.
Next up is Jar Jar Binks.
Um, I like Jar Jar. He's not like something I'm going to play on turn 1. You want to play this one off curve or in a plot deck. Play it and give something +2 for this phase. I could see some fun little plot, some deck that makes use of plot playing this card. And he's an official.
I feel like you never want to play it on turn 1, but past turn 1,
No.
like paying 2 for a 2/1 and a tactical advantage effect is very efficient. Um,
Yeah.
Plotting it makes it even more efficient. Like it's so
Mm-hmm.
efficient off of plot. Whether the +2/+2 matters is more deck dependent. Um, but I can definitely see decks that want to play this card. It does so much for so little resources.
Yeah.
Next is Orn Free Ta.
0/4 that gets a +1 attack for each law card in your discard pile. And I know there are several law cards. I haven't paid too much attention to their keywords on a lot of these events, but I don't know. I think it's just too specific to make it work. Yeah, you can search the top 10 cards for a law card, reveal it, and draw it. That's great. Um, but yeah, I don't see this card being necessarily like in a whole lot of decks.
He draws Confiscate, which is nice. It's one of the stronger laws we have. Um,
Yeah.
like draw Confiscate, pay 1 Confiscate their turn 2 pilot, and then uh, have a 1/4. That's
You get
that's
the
like
+1.
okay baseline. But
Yeah.
like I don't know if that's worth deck space. Like just be a gamer and not draw your confiscates.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's laws aren't that good. Like I don't think there's any super exciting laws to dig for that it's worth wasting deck space on this card.
Yeah.
And then we've got the Darga or Daro Commando.
Uh, 3/4 for 3. The numbers are fine. That's kind of like baseline for that. It's an Imperial, a clone, and a Trooper. It has Overwhelm. The card is fine. It's just fine.
I mean, it's just like well statted unit we can play draft. Like I don't think it's
Yeah.
exciting enough to make the cut in a premier deck. Um, yeah, the traits don't matter that much.
Yeah.
Next up is Kino Loy.
If you happen to have a huge board and attack with everything else and save this one for last, he can be pretty good. Just seems like a lot of work to make him work. Um, Again, it's another one that's like, it's fine, whatever.
Again, I think there's just better go wide payoff decks or payoff cards. Um, I just I think I can play better 3 drops and play other cards that pay off for having a wide board.
Yeah.
Playing this card, being like, okay, go wide payoff. I wish he had 2 base power, or if he counted himself or something, so he attacked at 3
Yeah.
or 2. Like, just a little bit, pushed him a little bit harder. Next up is the Tailender Shuttle.
Um, Again, kind of specific. If you have the initiative, create a spy token. Um, if you have the initiative and you happen to attack, great. You're getting a spy token. That sounds pretty good. If you don't, it's just a 2/4 in space that costs you 3. Um, so yeah, not fantastic.
This card is weird because it tries to fight itself. Like, it wants you to have initiative to make spies, but when you make a spy, you're taking an extra action to attack with it, so you probably don't get the initiative to make more spies. Like,
Yeah.
like maybe in Yularen, I bet this is really good in Yularen and limited, being able to attack both the shuttle and the spy that you made, and Yularen's ability is helping you maintain initiative. But outside of like limited, like there's better 3-cost space units I can put in my deck.
Hmm.
Now I've got the Nubian Star Skiff.
4 costs 4/4 in space. That's pretty good. You control an official. This unit gains restored too. That could be pretty good. And officials in this set are pretty easy to come by. So I think this card could be useful.
Seems very good in limited, and
Yeah.
like it's probably good enough to play in Premier even if you're an official heavy deck. Just getting a easily status space unit that also has restore too.
Hmm.
I could definitely see it seeing some play. Next up is Consular's Cruiser.
4/5 Sentinel in space. It's fine. It's an okay space Sentinel. Nothing groundbreaking or anything. Republic trait, a transport if that matters.
Yeah, just okay. Any space card if you really need an early game space sentinel, maybe you'll put it in your sideboard or something. But
Mhm.
not an exciting card. Now, speaking of not exciting cards, here's Raxian Assembly.
5/6/5 vanilla separatist official. It's fine. It's just whatever. If I pull it in some sort of sealed format, it's fine. I can slot it in if I need a 5-drop.
Yep. You can Dooku it in, I guess. But so that's all I got.
Yeah,
It's a limited filler card. Not gonna see much play.
yeah. I don't think I'm putting this deck in a putting this card in a premier deck on purpose.
On accident though.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is Crucible.
6 costs 5/5. It's a Jedi. When played and when defeated, give an experience token to each other friendly unit. I think that could be good. It's just if I am playing a deck that I don't know. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to have any Jedi synergy, but there's probably better choices at 6.
This card scares me in Thrawn. Being able to reduce it with Krennic and then double trigger it, like their board could get so big. Um, like it's another like it's an okay mini Unity of Purpose. Like if you miss mini Unity of Purpose, you can just like buff your whole ward, and then it's probably gonna be worth
Mm-hmm.
like +5/+5. And if they kill it, you got to do it again, which is nice. It is funny that some cards like this one kind of have a downside against blue villain if it has a win defeated ability, because then it makes their no glories better, um,
Yeah.
which is definitely a con. But I think yeah, we'll probably see some experimentation in some go wide decks to just be able to buff your whole board, buff a big space unit. Next up is the Naboo Security Force.
6 cost 5/7. When played and when defeated, disclose green and give a friendly unit sentinel for this phase. This could also be useful. I think it'll be pretty good in limited. Um, Outside of limited, again, there's probably better things to do with 6 resources.
Yeah, again, like if I'm paying resources for a Sentinel, I want it to keep Sentinel.
Yeah.
This isn't like big enough for me to play it over other cards that just actually have Sentinel all the time. Now, Unlimited, it's a beefy Sentinel when it comes in, and then if they kill it, you get to give something else Sentinel. Seems good there, but there's better options in Premier.
Yeah.
And we've got the Shadow Crawler.
6/7 for 7 with ambush. That seems pretty good. Um, it's just if I'm playing villainy, there are a lot of really good 7 cost cards in green, and if I'm playing heroism, there's still better 7 cost cards.
This is for
So
the DJ Green gamers, clearly. They can't play either of
right.
them.
In limited, I think this will be pretty good.
Yeah, seems pretty good in limited.
Yeah.
I wish they would have flipped the stats. If it was a 7/6 ambush, like
Mm-hmm.
like Malcy's play for being a 7/6 ambush, so being
Yeah.
it would have been at least a little bit more on the table. Like heroism doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have access to a card like that, so be interesting. But yeah, it's an okay limited finisher. That can finish off a damaged unit or a mid game unit. And we've got Vutun Paula.
Um, I like this card. I don't know that it's gonna be in any competitive deck, but I just find this card fun in a droid swarm type deck. Um, you got a bunch of droids that cost less to play, and then you can use your droids as resources. It's a fun card.
Yeah, it's definitely fun for sure. And like, if you maintain like, if we have 3 droids in play, it's a 6 cost 7/7 in space. It's pretty good. And then
Yeah.
next turn we resource to 7, and we can play up to a 10 drop with tapping all the droids. Like, that's pretty significant. Is maintaining a board state of droids to reduce this enough and use them as resources long enough going to be good enough to play it in a competitive deck? I doubt it, but
No.
I think it'll definitely see some fringe experimentation and some like play in fun decks. Like, um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't think it's quite good enough to see play in the competitive circuit at a high level.
Yeah.
Next up is Unveiled Might.
For 4, I want to get more than +2/+3 on it on any upgrade, and to plot it even like nah.
Paying 4 on plot is just a lot outside of Chancellor. Like,
Yeah.
it takes most of my turn to play this card, and is +2 power and +3 health really gonna matter on my leader that much? Probably not. I'll probably play some cheaper upgrade or whatever and get more
Mm-hmm.
value for my resources.
In limited, if I'm playing Chancellor Palpatine, though, I'll put this in because then I'm
Yep.
paying it for like 1.
Now we've got budget scheming.
Give an experience token to each of up to 3 official units, so it's kind of a worse. What was that? Medal ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see this being that useful.
Just if I have 3 official units in play, do I even need to spend 2 resources for their XP? Like, I'm
Yeah.
probably winning if they're not all spies, and then I'm probably losing. So, like, I don't know. These kinds of effects. I mean, it'll probably see like last couple cards in my limited deck, but it's
Yeah.
just it doesn't do enough for cost in Premier. It requires too much board state that you probably won't have on average. Now we've got Reconnaissance.
I mean, I don't mind drawing 2 cards for 2, but you have to control a ground unit and a space unit, so it's a bit too situational. Um, I don't see it making the cut in a premier deck, but I need to slot in another green card. It'll probably make it into my 30 card limited.
Yeah, I don't want a condition on my card draw spell. I want to be able to
Yeah.
just play. Like, if I'm playing my card draw spell, I have bad cards in hand and need better cards. Like, if
Yeah.
you tack a condition on top of that, it makes it very unlikely that it's coming up in the scenario I want. So, yeah,
I think 2 resources was a condition enough.
yeah. I feel like 2 cost vanilla just draw 2 would be fine. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're like they've started to peel it back, but it didn't quite. I feel like this card should have costed 1. I feel like they were a little conservative with this particular card draw spell. Now we've got trade route taxation.
Um, this one could be fun if you're playing some sort of swarm deck, or putting out a bunch of tokens or something. For a turn, they can't play events. You can plot it out with your leader. Um, I can see this being useful,
I think this is going to
particularly
be
in a Palpatine.
disgusting in Vader 4.
Yeah.
Their flip, when they deploy, they make 2 TIE fighters, which makes it almost guarantees they have more units than you do. And then they play this, and now
Hmm.
you can't rivals follow Vader. You can't bamboozle the Vader. You can't confiscate the Vader. Like, you're
Yeah.
kind of stuck to just Fang Fighter to answer the Vader. And if you're not a red
Right.
deck, like, guess you're just going to get hit by this giant Vader. Um, so yeah, it seems disgusting there. I think there are other decks that'll definitely play it. And it's another really efficient anti-control card. Like, FFG really just despises people playing any sort of control without like 40 units in their deck. Like,
Yeah.
um, it's jarring, and it's very sad as a control player. Like, I don't play control in this game. I play mid-range decks because that's what FFG wants us to play.
Yeah. Yeah. And yes, I can see this being like going into just about any sideboard if you want sideboard against control.
Yep. And I've got charge with corruption.
Disclose 2 green, and then if you do it from the unit captures an enemy non-leader unit, there's no conditions there, like it has to be in the same arena or cost less or anything like that. So um, could be a good removal type card, capture card. It's not permanent removal, but um, I can see it. For 3 resources, I'm getting that off the board at least for this turn.
I'd play it in limited, for sure, as pseudo removal. In Premier, I still think I lean towards playing Take Captive if I'm gonna play this kind of effect. Not having to hold two green cards or
Two
a double
green,
green
yeah,
card to turn the card on. Sure, Take Captive has to be the same arena, but I think I'd rather prefer that condition to having to sculpt my hand to have double green in hand.
yeah.
Next up is Convene the Senate.
It's a pretty deep search. I mean, 8 cards for 2 officials, reveal them and draw them, and create a spy token for 3. Um, if I'm playing one of those kind of official heavy units or decks, I'm probably putting this in there.
Yeah, it's a really efficient card draw spell. 2 units and a spy for 3 seems like a great rate if you can afford to not commit to the board
Yeah,
too much. You still get the spy, which kind of commits to the board. Um, and guess
yeah,
what this was custom designed for? Sandhill, Admiral Mahdi, and Admiral Trench are all officials, baby. You could search for all
yeah.
3 parts of the Infinite Loop. Um, That deck's still terrible, but it is very funny that they print a card that searches for all of the combo pieces. So maybe some people will be messing around with it. Um, but yeah, it's a pretty decent tutor card if you have space for a tutor. You have some important officials you want to find by a certain curve, and then this doesn't have the problem of the other tutor cards of like completely ignoring the board. Like you at least get a spy, um,
Yeah.
so you're not completely abandoning your board state, which is nice.
Hmm.
Then we've got with thunderous applause.
In limited, I think this card could be pretty good. Give something +2/+2, disclose a green, and give something else +2/+2. In Premier, these types of pump cards are usually just too slow. Um, so I mean, it's okay. I just don't get that in a lot of Premier decks.
Yeah, there's just better options for pump effects in Premier. It'll see play in limited. It'll be good in limited probably.
Yeah.
Next up is Ferrix Uprising.
It costs 4, so it's kind of expensive for a damage dealing card, but you deal damage equal to double the number of units you control in that arena. So if you have a bunch of units, even if you don't have a bunch of units, 3 units, which is, I guess that's a decent amount, that's doing 6 damage to something. Um, so, I mean, it's kind of a more expensive Admiral Akbar-esque ability. Uh, in limited, I can see this being used. In Premier, I'm not so sure.
This is gonna snipe leaders because we have spy tokens and play in limited. I can predict that much.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like prices for spy tokens. I flip my leader, it gets sniped, which is gonna be real sad. But in Premier, like if the heroism unity purpose decks need extra removal cards past Akbar. I still think Akbar is a better card on his own. But if
It
they
gives you a
need
unit.
more redundancy in the Akbar type effects, then maybe it'll see play in that deck. I don't see any other decks going wide enough and needing the removal though. So it will probably be contained just to that one deck, if at all. Now we've got Let's Talk.
Um, I don't necessarily see ever paying 9 for this. I mean, maybe if you absolutely need to stop them from killing you that turn. Um, and then if something did leave play, you can play it for 6. I mean, capturing each one of your units, capturing an enemy unit in the same arena could be good. It just, again, it's going to be kind of situational based on the board state. If you're being lane dodged, then this card's useless.
I find it hard to believe that very often we're going to be a scenario where you have about equal number of units to your opponent, that you are in both the same lanes as your opponent. Your opponent has
Mm-hmm.
killed one of your units to reduce this card. You play this card, and you capture your opponent's units, and your opponent either hasn't killed you or you aren't already in a favorable position. Like
Right?
it's so many hoops just to get a
Yeah.
capture effect. Like I don't even kill their stuff. Like if they have a board wipe, they just get it all back. Um, like
Yeah.
just no. Like I'm not jumping through that many hoops. And I would hope you're not putting in your deck thinking you can too, because it's not worth it.
No.
Even in limited, I'm not playing this card probably. I'm cutting it.
No.
All right, that's all for the command cards this set. You got any closing thoughts about command?
Um, Overall, I thought the villainy and heroism cards, some decent ones. I found the neutral cards to be, some of them, to be very just kind of plain, just kind of fine. They're not great, but again, kind of the same. I think overall, there's some cards in here that obviously you're going to be able to use in your limited games. Premier, until set rotation, some of these cards might not make the cut. Some of the leaders might not make the cut.
Yeah, it's just the set's overall a little bit weaker, and that's
Yeah,
fine.
I
Um,
don't dislike the set. I like it. It's just, you know, if we're comparing power levels.
Yep. All right. I think we'll wrap this up. Thank you for watching. If you like this kind of content, like, comment, subscribe. Do the things that make the dings, as the hip YouTubers say, like me apparently. Yeah, I think that's all we've got for this video. We'll see you in a future set review.